Continuing my DCEU rewrite series with yet another original tale, Zatanna. So Zatanna is a magician working in Vegas with her dad, Giovanni. And Giovanni is this world famous great magician. It seems like he has actual magic, but Zatanna is having trouble living up to his legacy. But someone gives her a little spell from a book claiming that it will be something amazing to show on stage. Zatanna is hesitant at first, but after one really big performance, she tries it out, and her dad disappears. And suddenly appears the Demons 3. And they taunt her that she locked away Fate in his helm. Can't believe he actually fell for that trick. As a CGI person descends from the ceiling, claiming to be Clarion, Lord of Chaos, and they shoot fireworks out their hand, forming their name above their head, and the crowd's excited about what's going on, but Zatanna is confused and freaked out.
I can do anything.
As Clarion starts having fun, using their powers to tear up the Luxor and terrorize people.
So let the chaos begin.
They're celebrating that Naboo's gone and they can finally enjoy themselves, all thanks to Zatanna. As the crowd are freaking out and running away, as the big Sphinx in front of the Luxor becomes alive.
Now we are finally free.
People are being turned into weird things as Zatanna's let go and falls on one. As Clarion, the demons, and the Sphinx ride off, and Clarion names the Sphinx Tinkle number 2. But conveniently, two people who are in Vegas for other reasons notice what's going on.
Jason.
At least you're asking.
Gone the form of man. Arise the demon that's regain! So Constantine calls once more, just like a greedy wanton.
Save the bloody rhymes and chop that git!
Killjoy.
There's a brief battle of Etrigan and the Sphinx, till Clarion blasts Etrigan away. And yeah, this is John Constantine. Not saying that the Keanu Reeves film is canon, but I wanted to reprise his role. Zatanna asks what's going on, and Constantine says he and his friend can help. But they regroup at the House of Mysteries. Zatanna tells him that she got a spell from someone, and then suddenly some demons appeared, and they locked the dad away in a helm or something. This magical kid appeared. And then from that description, Constantine recognizes that the person was Felix Faust, a third-rate sorcerer who must have made a deal with the Demons 3 to get a spell to lock your dad away for some reason. And he's upset, you shouldn't have just cast spells like that. And she's well, I didn't know. And Jason takes her side. And Z's kind of new here, so asks who they are, and Constantine introduces himself, but goes into more detail about Jason Blood, saying that he was a knight from Arthurian times, who was bound to the demon Etrigan because of Merlin to help in a war. And suddenly a ghost appears to make it even weirder, played by someone you probably never heard of. He's a 2D CGI character, asking when Jason and Constantine are going to help him with his case. It's been 8 years. Constantine's we're still working on it. We don't have that many details of who your killer could have been. There's more important things at the moment. And Z's kind of freaked out at a ghost, and Deadman's kind of freaked out that she can actually see him. He explains that he used to be an acrobat working at Haley Circus, trying to live up to the Flying Grayson's career until he was taken out by someone, which is weird that it was not the first time acrobats at that place were shot, and due to a Hindu goddess who was brought back as a ghost to find whoever killed him. And Z's the Hindu goddess part is not even the weirdest part of this day. Deadman's whatever, alright team, let's go head out and stop Faust. And Constantine's yeah, no, we're not a team. Deadman's come on, we're a team, you're the team leader.
Even deities can get it wrong.
It's how we got the appendix, Neanderthals, and reality TV.
Z, your help I could use.
Okay, if we do it as a group.
Dandy. Let's take a walk on the dark side then.
And back with the bad guys, Clarion's messing with the Helm of Fate, playing Tinkle, knocking around like a cat with a ball. And Felix is mad that he hasn't got his power boost yet that Clarion promised he'll give him. Hurry up, witch boy. Clarion's ugh, don't use pronouns, you're so boring. Felix tries apologizing that he doesn't need the powers right now, you can wait, just reminding you, sorry. Then with the Dream Team, they head to a swamp, and Jason's confused why they're here, and Constantine knows that Faust lives in a lighthouse that's always moving and invisible, and he knows someone who can help them get in.
Hidey hole of one Alec Holland, whose corpse was taken to be the most recent avatar of the Green.
So Constantine starts messing around with the swamp until eventually a big monster thing comes out.
Constantine, you dare threaten the green.
Zatanna runs up asking for help from the swamp thing as Constantine falls into the water. Comedically,
I know John Constantine because he enrages me.
Zatanna apologizes for him and says that they need his help.
An observatory which is invisible. It's a place where dark magic would infect the earth below it.
So with that, Swamp Thing helps them out and sends them to where they need to go, but says that this is as far as he can go and leaves. Zatanna walks in first with everyone hiding outside, and she's like thanking Faust for the spell and asks what's going on, as Faust explains that the child Clarion and his arch-rival Naboo are some of the most powerful creatures in all of existence. Naboo of order and Clarion of chaos. Long ago, they used to fight all the time, which even caused the sinking of Lemuria. They tried using champions to fight four of them, the Hawk and the Dove, until the two's reincarnation started working together, which angered Clarion so much he killed Naboo's physical form, and trapped him within the Helm of Fate. But some human found the helm and put it on, achieving the powers of Naboo, becoming known as Dr. Fate. Stopping Clarion so bad he refused to come back to Earth because of Fate. The very long lineage of Dr. Fate brings it to Giovanni Zatanna. And now that the current wielder of Fate is now trapped within the helm, no one can access the power so Clarion can run free. He's working with the Demons 3 so all of them can achieve even greater powers because of Clarion. And Faust was aware the whole time the guys were here. The rest of the team reveals themselves, so Faust summons some demons for them to fight, and there's some magic spells thrown around, and Constantine tries teaching Zatanna how to do it, and she picks up pretty quick as we zoom into the eye of the Helm of Fate.
And thus a single champion was raised by order to battle chaos in all its forms.
Abu, why do you tell me what I already know?
So that you may understand why there is as yet no need for us to act, until even the victor has been weakened by battle. Fate will step forward to bring order in the end.
And Clarion's floating around, having fun, laughing at everyone's fighting, and he decides to help out the bad guys by merging Faust with the Demons 3 into Sabacc, which Clarion thinks is really cool.
A lone warrior, capable of triumphing over any opposition. This has never been true. Naboo and Fate's host. Both are equally important. For if the host fails, so falls Fate. Honestly, do you think I would have survived these 10 years as your host and prisoner without my faith in a higher power? And the victories you so proudly cite, would they have come without allies such as the League? You view cooperation as chaos. It is only in the combined strengths of all these individuals that order may truly rise out of chaos. Know this on some level. Or why else would you have allowed Kent Nelson to push you into joining the Justice Society? Nabo, step back from the precipice of your own arrogance and heed the words of those who seek only to aid you. Start listening to my daughter.
Meanwhile, with the team, they're having a real hard time dealing with Sabacc. He forms a force field around him and heads out to conquer the world or something. As Clarion floats down, bored that Sabacc is having all the fun. He floats by Tinkle and bads at Sabacc, so he just starts attacking. Tinkle starts crumbling into rocks. Z tries talking with Claire, saying why you do this is not fun if you're hurting people. And Claire is why not? I'm enjoying myself. Well, up until right now. And Z's well, that feeling you feel right now is how everyone's feeling with you messing with them. You can't just spread unordered chaos without having someone get hurt because of it. And you feel hurt because of a chaos you created, like your cat. And Clarion's I never thought of it that way. As the guys are trying to deal with Sabacc, but he's messing them up pretty bad. Even knocking the demon out of Jason. Suddenly Giovanni frees himself, becoming Dr. Fate. Zatanna screams Dad, just as he's trying to lock up Clarion, but then Z screams Dad in an annoyed way, trying to explain that Clarion's just a kid who doesn't know any better. The two hug and Fate takes off the restraints off Clarion. And Clarion like changes their outfit to resemble Zatanna's kind of. And they go to deal with Sabak. But he's got so powerful he's able to just blast Clarion away. So now the team has to come up with a plan. Altogether, Dr. Fate is going to make a bunch of clones of himself and try and distract him. This works for a while. And Constantine confronts Sabak, still being Faust within him. He's angry at him, so he grabs Constantine, just for a psych, because Deadman's in him, and he possesses the Faust part of Sabak, causing him to freak for a bit until he expels him. That freakout gave Jason enough time to stab him in the back with Etrigan's sword. This entire time it was actually one big distraction so Zatanna and Dr. Fate can create a banishing spell for the Demons 3, turning him back into Faust, and then Clarion turns him into a cat, calling him Tinkle's number 3. And the day is saved, with Deadman claiming they're some kind of Justice League dark. Everyone thinks that's kind of dumb. And he's like, well, come on, we're all like dark, aesthetic, and stuff. Come on, it's not that dumb. But whatever. As John and Jason try teaching Clarion to stop being such a little turd burglar and repair things, continue working with Deadman. And Zatanna and Giovanni go back to performing in Vegas. And there's like a Penn and Teller cameo. And despite Zatanna and Dr. Fate using real magic, they think this looks like bullshit. And she wonders why she has such an easy time with magic, as Giovanni admits that she's a homo magi. You get that from your mother's side. You have a better time with magic than any other human. And credits is Abracadabra. Then our post-credits is Cyborg and Superman talking about people they should consider recruiting.
Oh, and I couldn't find any clear pictures of them, but the recruitment committee should also consider Peacemaker, Etrigan the Demon, plus, in a real planetary crisis, Russia has more rocket reds. And China has, well, whatever it is. Orin and Diana have both indicated that Atlantis and Themyscira are potential untapped resources to the real question is Markovia. There are heroes there, but can we be certain Geoforce and his Infinitors will abide by Justice League standards?
Well, what do you guys think? You like any of my ideas? You like this story? Do you have a better ways to make it a Zatanna movie? Let me know in the comments below. And when we're down there, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you're new.